And welcome back to Subculture on centralcoastradio.com. Well, we've got something very special lined up for you right now because The Wizard of Oz is returning to the stage in Melbourne. And we thought today we would actually talk to two of the cast members, Keyanna and Isobel, who play the Wicked Witch and Glinda in this amazing production. Welcome to the show, Keyanna and Isobel.
Hi, thanks for having us.
So tell us a little bit about this production of Wizard of Oz, because of course this is a timeless show that people of all ages love. So tell us a little bit about this production of The Wizard of Oz and how you've both become involved with it.
Yeah, so this is a really, really fun production to be a part of. So the classic tale is the same as the original movie back in the 30s, whatever it was. But it's kind of got a revamped version that we're doing. So we've got, some drag costumes going on. We've got larger than life characters for some of the characters that we all know and love, but we've kind of made them this whole different version and brought them to life in a different way. We've got a massive range of people in the cast as well, which is awesome. Massive unique personalities all coming together. So it's the classic Wizard of Oz that we know and love, but we've kind of put a spin on it, I guess, modernized it.
Yeah, like a modern twist.
Yeah.
And what does it mean to both of you to be part of such a loved story? I mean, we talk about theatre and we talk about new and fresh shows, but people love the classics and people will go along and check out The Wizard of Oz because they grew up with it. What does it mean to you both being part of such a loved show?
It's especially, I think, being the witches, it's so iconic. As the Wicked Witch, anytime I hear my musical, do 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 sound, which everybody knows and loves, I just feel it's such an honor to play that character and to be part of such a old story that people know and that people love, but to bring a fresh take to it, it's really cool and we're having so much fun.
Yeah, it's cool because we both have entrance music as well, that every time we come out every time we hear it, we get to come out and become these characters. And even though they're so iconic, we get to put our own spin on it. So, yeah, it's a massive honour, to be honest, to be these witches.
When you say you put your spin on it, could you elaborate on that a little bit? What does that mean for you? Because, like I said, they're loved characters. How do you approach that? How do you play the character in such a way that people who have grown up watching them will still love the character, but also make the character your own as well?
Yeah, so, for example, my Glinda has an Australian accent, which I think is already so unique. She's larger than life, so in the original film, she's quite, dainty and up in the sky and all, la la la. Whereas my character is super grounded, she's got this massive attitude.
She's so sarcastic.
So she's so nurturing and lovable as well, which is why I think people who love the show already will be able to connect with her through that way. She's still her nurturing Glinda self, but she's just got this whole nother demeanour about her, and I think that's kind of me putting my own spin on it as well as what we've worked within the show to do. So yeah, that's Glinda, and then
and for the Wicked Witch, I think I'm less scary and more just a good time. I just have a lot of fun with the part, and I think it looks like the witch is having a lot of fun kind of terrorizing the people. So I think kids will be less scared of me and more excited.
And I think every time you come in with your essentially scary parts, you back it up with you end it with a comic relief. You have a one line every now and then that kind of
it's a really funny character. It's very funny.
I was going to ask you about that, Keyanna, because with the original Wizard of Oz film, with the character of the Wicked Witch, I read a book about the making of the film once, and they were talking about the fact that in the original, she was so scary that during test audiences, children wet themselves because they were so terrified of the Wicked Witch. What was that like for you when you were cast in that role?
I think I was a bit excited about the opportunity to make kids terrified. Something that was like, ooh, that would be fun. But as it kind of progressed, I realized that my take on it was a lot lighter, which is great because we want it to be a family friendly show. So the kids will absolutely be able to come. I do have like, you know, the big cackle and the like shocking moments when I come out, but never enough to scare away the kids.
You've also both got an amazing cast around you. Tell us a little bit about this cast and what they've been like to work with.
Oh, they've been so great. I think we all get along really well, and it shows. We have so much chemistry on stage, and we all bounce off each other really well. You know, there's moments of sadness, and there's moments of laughter, and we all just, work together so well on stage because we're quite close on the outside. The quartet are incredible.
Oh, yeah,
they are so amazing. Their voices, like singing voices, are out of this world. They have just become the character so incredibly well. Like I can't even imagine what the original was like now. Like they've just become these characters so incredibly well. And every single time we do a run, they're just, from the beginning, they are the character, and it's just, it's so much fun to watch them all.
Yeah, kind of. and there's also just like the ensemble. There's people within the ensemble that are just unreal. They bring so much to their characters in the background that yes, the quartet is obviously outstanding and amazing, but if you also look at the background and you see the people, the Munchkins or the Monkeys and the people of Oz, everybody is just bringing so much to the stage.
Yeah,
and so there's always something.
They all have their specific character within the ensemble. Like, for example, in the Wonderful Land of Oz scene, even though, you know, a lot of the time the ensemble are in the background, they all have their specific character that they're taking on in that scene, and they just bring so much to it, and it's so great because it just brings the whole show to life. Like, they're so amazing. Yeah.
Now, the big question a lot of our listeners are probably wanting to ask, because this character has a habit of stealing the show. Is there a Toto in this production of The Wizard of Oz?
We do, and can confirm that the Toto does very much steal the show, and it's actually something that, you know, we have to think about, especially when, you know, Dorothy is singing the classic Somewhere Over the Rainbow. If Toto's on stage, Toto's so cute. Everyone's going to be looking, and it's like, we need to do something about that because it needs to be about Dorothy in that moment. But yeah, Toto is adorable.
He's so well behaved, so well trained.
Yeah, just so sweet and like just calm. And so yeah, if you like dogs, you're going to want to come see this show just to see Toto.
Yeah, I was going to ask about behavior because, of course, they always say never work with children and never work with animals. So that's good to hear that they are very well behaved.
Yeah, super well behaved. I mean, it's taken quite a few treats and quite a few people around the sides to kind of get him where we want him to be, but you know, we make it work. There are ways around making it work, and we've done exactly that, we think. So yeah.
Now, one of the things that people have come to know and love from shows from the company Theatrical are the music. Of course, with Green Day's American Idiot, the music was just absolutely phenomenal. And this time around, there's a full orchestra. Tell us a little bit about the orchestra and what it's like hearing them on such classic tracks that we know and love from The Wizard of Oz.
So next week will be our first time with the cast and the orchestra together. We know that they've been practicing, and we've talked to the musical director about what that's sounding like and how it's so cool to hear the transition from, you know, practicing along to the soundtrack or practicing along to just the piano here at Theatrical, but to marry those two together, we're all so excited.
And there's so much interesting parts of this musical, the music within the musical, that we've just heard it a lot on just the piano, so it's going to be amazing to hear all these, like, you know, little ornaments and decorations that are going to come alive within the orchestra.
Yeah.
Awesome. So also your director is Kim Anderson. Tell us a little bit about Kim and what they're like to work with.
Kim is so fun. She is larger than life, and you can tell that she also belongs on stage, which is such a valuable asset to have when you're an actor, because she knows exactly, what she wants to see and how to communicate that to you. Her vision is so larger than life. Like, she's definitely the reason why we can take this classic story and turn it into something that's so modern and interesting and fun, and that we're all able to kind of explore new sides of the character. We all just have a lot of fun while working with her. There's a lot of laughing. There's a lot of freedom to try things and have new ideas.
And her feedback as well is so great that we just want to make her proud and take on everything and do better. And then she comes back with, oh my gosh, where did that come from? Like, it's just also...
She's just the mom.
It's such a positive growth experience in the rehearsal space. It's
we
really
love
nice
her.
to be a part of.
We love Kim.
Well, it sounds like it's going to be absolutely amazing, and I can't wait to check it out. So for all of our listeners out there, The Wizard of Oz is on at the National Theatre in St Kilda from the 29th of June through to the 9th of July. And if you want tickets, we're going to have a link on our website for where you can grab those tickets, and also we'll list all the times of the performances as well. I want to thank you both so much for coming on the show today, but is there anything you would like to leave our listeners with? What would you like to say to them before they go out there and grab tickets to this amazing show?
I just think you will not be disappointed. It's just going to be such a fun show. The costumes, the sets, the characters, you're just absolutely going to love it. And it falls in school holidays, so perfect time for everyone to come and see it.
Definitely. And once again, listeners, The Wizard of Oz is on from the 29th of June to the 9th of July at the National Theatre in St Kilda. Grab those tickets right now. Keyanna, Isobel, thank you so much for taking the time to chat to us today. It's been an absolute honour having you on the show, and I cannot wait to head along and check out The Wizard of Oz. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. No worries.